Pursuit of happiness is defined as a fundamental right in a Declaration of Independence. It says that you can pursue joy and live life in a way that makes you happy as long as you don't do anything illegal or violate the rights of others. I give up. In this video, I want to discuss the topic of happiness because ultimately, isn't happiness the only thing that we are after, like, all the time? Everything that you do in your life, your job, for your money, to then money to buy the things that you like pizza. 'Cause pizza equals happiness. Finding the partner to complete you. Having kids to fulfill some evolutionary purpose. Getting that cup of coffee in the morning to start your engines, or simply making your bed. All to pursue some form of happiness. True? Not true? I think big true. And before you go like, oh, happiness, one of those meditate, think happy thoughts, walk in nature videos. No, I'm tired of those as well. That's why this one is gonna be a bit special. I've always thought of myself as a flyby solo guy, but one of the aspects about living on this fine earth is that you have to sometimes share your stuff and mingle with other humans. Like, I know, but the biggest happiness comes from them, from you guys. Strangers that you meet along the way who then hopefully become friends. And I've met the strangest of strangers on my journey here on YouTube. And this video is a bit special because it will be the first collaboration ever for me on any platform. Mr. Magical Unicorn is a Canadian YouTuber on his glorious odyssey. Extroverted and silly, but with a big heart and a kind smile, hoping to make this world a little bit brighter with his glitter and charm. Take it away, Shawnee boy.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Ken. So yes, I am Sean Ireland. I am the creator of my own YouTube channel titled Sean's Magical Odyssey. I talk all things self-esteem related with a touch of unicorns, Speedos, and magical glitter. I'm an extrovert who loves life, who loves meeting new friends, and loves talking to people from all over the world. So follow me on my magical odyssey through life, and be prepared to have some fun along the way.
You cracked me up, Sean, but I needed that because I grew up in a post-Soviet, grey, sad, dark country, and you grew up in the nicest country but politest country in the world. Does all our happiness come from the outside, of the things, the events, the people? Are we humans the products of our environment? Or is there something deep inside us that ultimately decides what type of life will we live? And as this is the collab, you'll find my cold, dark Soviet story in this video. And then after that, jump on to Sean's channel and see the other side of the happy, carefree life of a Canadian in a polite, nice country. And discover that maybe it was all just a dark conspiracy after all. You better spill the beans, Sean, eh? But in the meantime, let's pursue this elusive happiness for a bit. Ooh, I can't wait what the Canada is all about, eh? I'm sorry, I know you guys hate when people say about. I try not to do that. As for moi, I come from a small, cold, grey country that is next to a even bigger, colder, greyish country that has had a big effect in shaping our history and our worldviews. When USSR ended in 1991, I was 3 years old. I gotta tell you, I got a good memory, and what I do remember is seeing those big blocky apartment buildings, falling apart factories that are still there, and hey, my grandma used to work here, true story. Rusty amusement parks. Well, this is Pripyat near Chernobyl, but the rides were exactly the same. Lots of unsafe fun. And lots of stores with half-empty shelves. Basically this communist mindset where we're all working together for something, but nobody's actually doing anything because everybody thinks that somebody else will take care of things. So I'm pretty sure you can imagine that the grey, samey architecture didn't really inspire creativity. The closed borders, so you could only travel between the borders of Russia, kept people blind from the outside world. The lingering paranoia of the Iron regime and the occupation and the horrors of war. Top it off with a cold, harsh climate and you figure out how much happiness you can squeeze from that. To most, existence was survival. Hey, but at least we had a lot of soap. I don't know what was up with that, but everybody had mountains of soap somewhere. So, externally, things were looking bleak. But there is something about Estonia and Estonians. We are not known for our fluffy, bunny nature. In fact, we are cold and hard Vikings. Yeah. Well, maybe we were. The younger generation, me included, has grown up with Western influence. But our parents' rarely said hi and asked about your day, and they were really wary of strangers. But here's the thing you gotta know. If you do get under our skin, metaphorically, you got a friend for life. For life. For life. And if you have to know one thing about our history, then know that we love to sing. Singing revolutions were a massive gathering of people who sang songs, and they still do, about patriotism and union and freedom. Actually, my grandfather was a big conductor in those big events. True story. But that sort of yearning for freedom comes from deep within. And that is a powerful force for change. So after the fall of Soviets, over the next 20 years, things changed rapidly. Innovation and embracement of technology, influx of movies and Western influence, rise of the new buildings while tearing down the old and decrepit, open borders with the rest of the world, and a rapid change in the quality of life, freedom to think your own thoughts, and finally dream realistic dreams. As the external surroundings started to heal, our inner world and our happiness started to blossom. Some parts of the country still have the old decrepit buildings and the dying survivalism mindset, but as I notice it, I am grateful for what we have now, and that makes me happy. I love to see the change from the old and tired to new and inspired. So in a way, external happiness is definitely real. What do you think, Sean? Do you think external happiness is real? Can you name one thing that makes you externally happy?
So, to answer your question, Ken, I would say yes. External happiness is definitely real. Examples of external happiness to me are people, places, things, events, external forces that come into our lives that help boost our internal happiness. So, in general, I'm a very happy person. I just kind of rumble along through life, enjoying it, enjoying the opportunities, but I do need these external factors to come and help just make me feel that much happier about who I am, what I'm giving back to the world. Those kind of things help boost my internal happiness. And an example of an external thing that makes me the most happy is friends. I love friends. I love old friends. I love meeting new people. All of those kind of opportunities and exposures with other people in a social setting, they help to boost my internal happiness.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I agree. Friends are really awesome. But I also find happiness from stories in the form of books, movies, and video games. And of course, my beautiful, loving family. I don't know what I would do without you. Mwah. My dear viewer, what gives you external happiness? What defines your happiness? Friends, family, pizza, pasta, pepperoni? Your comment will give me external happiness. If I would still live in a cold, dark, oppressive, communist era, then only my inner world would give me some sort of solace. But oh boy, how our inner world have some magical powers. You know that there are people in the world who have lost their arms and or legs and have very little in life, yet they're still happy? While some people who look like supermodels and they live this easy, carefree life from the outside looking in, yet they have deep depression. And it looks like no amount of external pleasure or pain can control them. So what makes some people happier than the others? Well, since I'm the scientist and I get all my facts from the interwebs, and the interwebs claim that 50% of happiness is genetic, 10% of happiness is determined by the big circumstances in your life, and 40%, a whopping 40%, is the product of your own actions. Yet, by looking at this data, something seems off. It makes me unhappy. It takes away the control over my life, and that simply will not do. So I choose to take control of my own reality and switch some numbers around. There. Much better. Now I'm the majority stakeholder of my life. Beautiful guys and girls. The thing I want you to get is that you create your reality. Hypnotists have known this for a long time, and science backs it up that this reality is plastic. It's fluid. Your inner reality is so much more stronger than the external one. Children believe in Santa Claus because it makes them happy. And does it matter that he doesn't exist? Sorry kids, should have warned you. Grown-ups believe in their gods because they give them hope and solace. And does it matter then if they're real or not? It's their reality. Hey Sean, what's the made-up thing that you believe in that makes you happy?
What is the one made-up thing that I believe in that makes me happy, Ken? Well, that's easy. Believing that I'm a unicorn is the one made-up thing that I believe in that makes me the most happiest. And that's because unicorns are pretty. Unicorns are unique. They're one of a kind. They're magical, and they have a sense of adventure. All of those are qualities that I embody, and the unicorn signifies that in me. It also makes me feel nostalgic back to when I was a kid and watching movies like The Last Unicorn or Legend. So when I'm in this unicorn persona, it really makes me the happiest in my life.
Ah, Shawnee, I would never have guessed. Well, I also believe in magic because it makes this world so much more interesting. And does it matter that the stupid owl hasn't found my mailbox yet? Owl, where are you? You have so much control over yourself, but sometimes you sabotage yourself, darling, because sometimes you worry about everything. You hold on grudges, you compare yourself with others, you have forgotten to be grateful, you have pessimistic way of thinking, you are surrounded by negative people, you have given up control over your life, or you gravitate to people who are bad for you. Gravitate this way instead. The external world reflects your inner world. Have you noticed that when you're happier, the people around you are happier? The world is brightly colored and the sounds and tastes are more satisfying. But when you're feeling down and sad, like all the color washes from the world. The tastes is not that good, the sounds are irritating, everything is irritating and it compounds. Now, is it because the world changes or you do? Please ask yourself right now, what is genuine happiness to you anyway? Because only you can know that. Simple kind of happiness is peace, calm, contentment. Not thinking about the future or the past. No external stimulation. Just you're content, here and now, just as you are. But I don't want to leave you hanging. If you are in a pursuit of happiness and you want some direction, then focus on these 4 things. Security. We have just enough resources to feel safe. The clothes, the home, the food, peace of mind. Connection. Find a deep, meaningful connection with somebody, anybody. Purpose. Find yours and spend your life with it. And usually purpose is connected with bringing value to other people as well. And lastly, gratitude for the stuff that you have, your friends, your family, your health. And I am grateful for you. Thank you, dear viewer, for watching this video. And I'm super grateful for Sean that he took the first step and offered me this new experience. And as I said, I thought I'll be a lone wolf sailing through these waters of YouTube all alone, talking about topics of wisdom and mysteries in the world. But this journey has already changed me so much and for the better. And if I meet cool dudes like Shawnee Boy here along the way, it's that much sweeter. Sweeter. So let's head over to his corner of the world and check out the other half of the story. But before we jump on the unicorn, thank you so much for watching. And hey, if you're new here, then just know that I'm a simple dude looking for some wisdom, power, and happiness of the world, and when I do find it, I'm gonna, guess what? I'm gonna share it with you. So feel free to stay tuned. Feel free to stay tuned. Sean, I'm coming.